Hello, everyone. Welcome to Follow the Money Daily, brought to you by Nairametrics. My name is Ugo Dre. And today I'm going to be talking about a stock I talked about on the last episode of Follow the Money Daily, and it's United Capital. I'm back again on United Capital, yes. And I now know what happened. I remember yesterday I was talking about something. I said something had happened to that stock, and what had happened was that it kind of rose to its all time high of 33 naira per share, and I really didn't know why that happened or what drove it, but I now know why it happened. And stay tuned. I am going to break it down. This is why United Capital is on a tier. All right, so yesterday I was surprised United Capital gained 10% and um, taking the stock to 33 naira, its all time ever high. And I looked at their fundamentals. It was just the Q1 numbers that were out, so I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. It wasn't like there was any corporate announcement that was made as at yesterday. And it wasn't like we heard that they were going to go into any sort of merger. And so that really got me very curious because this is one stock that I really like, and I was wondering what could have driven the share price this high. And then it became evident later today. Of course, that's after the stock had gained another 10%, and then all of a sudden their results dropped. Yes, so United Capital released their second quarter numbers for the year, and it was yet again another impressive performance from United Capital. So this time around, 6 months down the line, their profits or their pre-tax profits that I like, that I like to look at it's 9 billion, 9 billion, almost double, because it was 5.5 billion same period last year. That's 2023, and so they did 9 billion this time around. I did try to see if I could find their 3 months numbers, because that's what I tend to look at. So didn't really see it immediately in the results, but I will check that out later. But in terms of their 6 months numbers, 9 billion, astonishing numbers there. Gross earnings was 15.1 billion, up from 11 billion same period last year. That's 15 billion in 6 months. And net operating income 12 billion compared to 9 billion same period last year. And then they also seem to have kept expenses a little bit controlled. Well, maybe not so controlled, but I mean, total expenses was 6.6 billion compared to 5.4 billion, 5.7 billion the year before. But the key thing here was an impairment of 1.1 billion that they had recorded, this time last year. They didn't record any impairment this time around. Instead, they did get some earnings in at 451.5 million naira. So that helped boost or reduce their expenses and boost their operating profit to 8.4 billion. So essentially, it looks like this result was basically out of increase in their fees and commission income, because fees and commission income almost doubled from 3.6 billion to 6.3 billion this time around. And then they also earned more actually from trading income. Trading income went from 622 to 1.7 billion. So those are the key drivers for United Capital, and that is why these numbers were quite impressive. But this is actually not the main driver for the share price appreciation that we've seen in the last couple of days or so. And I'm looking at it, and before I get to the main driver, let me just try and speak more to the numbers that I see here in terms of their performance, especially that trading income there. They didn't really break it down, but the explanation here is that net trading income includes gains and losses arising both on the purchase and sale of financial instruments. So that looks like maybe some kind of trading deals. I don't know if it's related to FX, but they did report an FX gain, exchange gain of 1.8 billion compared to 906 billion same period last year. So that kind of filtered into their numbers, and which is why you're seeing this kind of profit. Then, of course, they did earn significantly from other fees and commission. Like I mentioned, 5.2 billion. They earned another 1 billion from advisory fees. So it looks like it's a business that has done pretty well. They kind of it looks like they've made a lot of money from. The way the economy is today. And interestingly, I was at their retreat last year, and incredible to see that they have a solid team, and it looks like they're milking it at the moment. And then we go into why exactly is Unity Bank shares, popping, and why has it popped 20% in a matter of 2 days? Well, the answer is simple: corporate actions, and that's what usually happens for Nigerian stocks. So United Capital has come out to declare dividends for the first half of this year. Yes, they've declared dividends, and not just dividends. I mean, they've also gone ahead and they've also declared, wait for it, bonus issues. Yes. That is usually what drives share prices crazy. And so United Capital is going to be paying 90 kobo in interim dividend, and for investors that are on their share register up until July 31st, 2024. So this is looking like a freaking mixed opportunity for anyone who didn't buy this share. I mean, if you were subscribed to my newsletter 2 years ago, you probably would have this stock in your portfolio. So because it was one of those stocks that I had in my portfolio back then. And then they are also proposing a dividend or a bonus issue, I beg your pardon, of 2 new shares for everyone. This is just mad. 2 new shares for everyone. That means if you have 1 United Capital shares, they're going to give you 2 new shares. So imagine, 2 new shares valued at 33 naira. I mean, so this is just astonishing. So I'm pretty sure that this share price is going to hit 50, 60 naira the way it is going. It's going to be that high, because it's going to be highly sought after at these sort of numbers. And so they're closing their register on the 1st of August. And so but you can only earn this dividend or earn this bonus shares if you're in their register, or if you own the stock at least on the 31st of July. Buy, sell, or hold, am I going to be buying? It looks like it's, like I mentioned in my previous podcast, it is overvalued at the moment, or maybe just at least at its intrinsic value. So there's really no, value, for anyone who is looking for. It's not undervalued. I think that's the right word to put. It's not undervalued. However, I mean, there's a lot to gain by owning the stock. To get a 2-to-1 bonus shares is crazy. I doubt that anybody want to sell the stock for now. I really, really doubt it. But there you are. That is it for Follow the Money Daily, brought to you by Nairametrics. I've broken it down. So are you going to be buying United Capital or not? Let me know.